Okay, now over the years, there've been a lot of storylines that really got a lot of, fans' attentions. Like maybe when WWE was going downhill, they needed to have some kind of storyline plan or something to get people's attention so they would view, Raw or SmackDown or, whatever. But basically, there's been some storylines that were very manipulating in the past. One storyline was the Cena joining the Nexus storyline. Basically, what happened was John Cena lost the match against Wade Barrett at Hell in a Cell, and if John Cena loses, he joins the Nexus, and if Wade Barrett loses, the Nexus is gone. Over the months, there was a rivalry between Wade Barrett and Randy Orton, where basically it led to there being a match at Survivor Series after Wade Barrett won a match against Randy Orton by disqualification at bragging rights. It led to a match at Survivor Series where John Cena was going to be the referee. The the deal in the match was if Wade Barrett loses, John Cena's fired. But if Wade Barrett wins, John Cena's out of the Nexus. Basically, this is a story to get your attention on, will John Cena finally become a heel and, get a lot of heat from other people saying he turned his back on the fans and Randy Orton calling him a phony and stuff like that. It gave us an idea like we should watch Survivor Series because maybe this will be the start of a heel Cena because everybody wants John Cena to turn heel. And basically at that pay per view, I watched that pay per view actually in 2010 I think. And what happened was at the end of the match, um, Randy Orton had his foot on the rope during a match after the 3 count whatever. John Cena didn't count it. We were thinking like maybe John Cena was gonna screw Randy Orton and make Wade Barrett their WWE champion so he'd be out of the Nexus. But at the end of that match, all that happened was Randy Orton gave Wade Barrett the RKO, and John Cena just counted a 3 count. And it's like we that wasn't even shocking at all. John Cena then apparently got fired from the WWE, whatever, just to see him on Raw. The next he was on Raw the next week in the audience, hanging out with the crowd, and he just kept on, attacking the Nexus week in and week out, which I thought was kind of weird, seeing him on Raw every week. He got fired, but then he's back the next week, and then the Nexus were tired of John Cena beating beating them up, basically. He attacked them backstage, he attacked them in the ring, whatever. So the Nexus told Wade Barrett, hire John Cena back so he'll stop attacking us. So John Cena didn't really get fired at all. Well, he got fired, but just to come back a month later so he'd have a match with Wade Barrett at TLC. And then he basically buried the Nexus from there. That's one manipulating storyline that I think is bullshit. Another storyline was the CM Punk shoot promos and all that kind of stuff. I guess CM Punk was claiming his contract was going to expire after Money in the Bank, and we had thoughts that if CM Punk beats John Cena, he was talking about how he was going to take the title to other wrestling corporations, to you know Ring of Honor or shit Japanese Pro Wrestling or whatever. CM Punk won the match at Money in the Bank, and and after he won, he basically escaped the crowd because he kicked Alberto Del Rio in the head, and just left. He was gone for about 3 weeks, I think. There was a tournament where I think it was The Miz versus Rey Mysterio, and basically, um, The Miz won the WWE Championship, but the following night, John Cena. This was 3 weeks after Money in the Bank. John Cena defeated Rey Mysterio that same night in a match and won back the WWE Championship. Then after John Cena won, there was music playing, and CM Punk returned with the WWE title. So basically, we had the illusion in our minds, or the thought in our minds, that CM Punk was gone from the WWE, just so he'd be back 3 weeks later. And then he competed at SummerSlam against John Cena for the undisputed WWE Championship. Now, isn't that some bullshit right there? We thought we had the feeling CM Punk was going to be gone just so he could return, 3 weeks later. We bought a pay-per-view to see, a different. This is basically a disappointing storyline, seeing how, he came back 3 weeks after he got fired and signed a new contract and was still the WWE champion. I just think it's bullshit, in my opinion. I bought that. I bought that pay-per-view too. See, I don't really buy many WWE pay-per-views anymore. Maybe WrestleMania, whatever. But I don't really buy many of them unless it's an interesting storyline. You know. That's another storyline that was bullshit. He kind of comes back 3 weeks later. It's like, what the fuck? Now, the Ryback versus CM Punk storyline. There was a lot of manipulation in this. A lot of people go on scoop websites of wrestling a lot. There's a lot of things that went through our mind during, like what was going to happen. Well, basically, there was in this match, the only manipulation here was, is CM Punk going to lose the WWE Championship, or is Ryback gonna, lose his streak? Now, they had a lot of trouble figuring out what to do. Vince McMahon actually had the idea of what to do. He says, okay, this referee is going to low blow Ryback, and CM Punk's going to get the pin. Basically, we had an idea that the streak or the championship reign was going to end. Instead, we get this shit. A referee low blows him, low blows Ryback, and then he does a fast count on him. And CM Punk claims it wasn't even, his fault, whatever, but the bottom line is this was just another bullshit storyline to get people's attention on something. Also another thing, we thought maybe Brock Lesnar was going to interfere in the match. That was something we had in mind as well. All sorts of things in this match we thought were going to happen. Maybe Ryback was going to win the WWE title. Maybe they want to build a new star, like Chris Jericho was saying. Maybe they want to build a new star. I don't know. Apparently, this got a lot of viewers' attention. I just think that the WWE is too good at manipulating people into buying a pay-per-view. I think it's bullshit. It's like, even Brock Lesnar, when he returned, he's wrestling like, he's getting paid $4 million to wrestle 4 matches and make a couple appearances. Another manipulation thing right there. The bottom line is, I think they're too good at manipulating people into thinking something big's going to happen. And I think that it kind of gives us the idea that, nothing's going to happen. It's just bullshit. Any storyline they have now is going to be manipulation types of shit. It's just not worth believing it, It's like it's like now next time they have another storyline where they're going to give you an idea that something major is going to happen, whatever. It's like nobody's going to buy it. I don't think these are 3 storylines I actually fell for, I'm just saying that, yeah, they're pretty good at manipulating people in my opinion. That's all I want to say about that.